Class is back in session. It's the Money Classroom. From basics to building wealth, budgeting to a blessed legacy. It's all right here. Access, information, and opportunity. In the classroom. Today we get a lesson in retirement and insurance from a guy that I know who knows a lot about investing. Christopher K. Harrell, my financial advisor and husband with CKH Financial.
CKH Financial understands that the average American's wealth is tied up in retirement plan investments. Although making preparations so that you don't outlive your money is essential to your retirement plan, we also stress the importance of building and protecting wealth above and beyond your retirement income needs in order to transfer wealth to the next generation. Wealth is attained with having a purpose for your money and having a consistent and disciplined investment strategy.
All this and more, so let's get it together. We'll be right back. I'm Jade Harrell. Let's just take 5 and address this stress. Do you have difficulty sleeping at night? Do you harbor feelings of resentment or anger? Do you feel overwhelmed by too much to do and the inability to organize time effectively? Well, if you answered yes to 2 or more of these questions, you could use to reduce your stress. When we're experiencing too much lasting negative stress, we got to do something about it. The research is clear. Toxic stress is making us sick, but you can be alive and well. Find out more at aliveandwellstl.com. Hi, this is producer Jade Harrell. You know, they call something rare because you just don't see it every day. Well, you do. Hear it nearly every day. 10 a.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 a.m. Something positive to make your day with RareGem Productions, proudly producing and presenting positive programs.
Let's get it together.
Come on in, everyone, and take your seats, please.
This is the classroom, where we get a front row seat to expert instruction, information, and access. You won't leave the way you came. This classroom is all about knowledge, and knowledge is power, and the power is yours. Now, let's get it together. In the classroom today is Christopher K. Harrell, independent financial advisor with CKH Financial. Hello and grand day. We have the pleasure of discussing investing with Mr. Christopher K. Harrell. Mr. Harrell is an investment professional with a local full-service investment firm, CKH Financial, headquartered here in St. Louis, Missouri. Mr. Harrell, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. I don't often get such handsomeness in my studio, so it's very exciting. Why don't you tell, for those who don't know, and if they haven't heard of you already, I don't know where they've been, what rock they've been hiding under, but for those that don't, tell a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you do.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for that grand introduction. I truly appreciate it. It's not every day that someone gets to be interviewed by the great and wonderful Jade Harrell, so I feel extremely honored and privileged on today.
You're a lucky man.
Lucky man. Well, my name is Christopher Harrell. I am a St. Louis native. I was born and raised here. I graduated from Normandy Senior High.
Go Vikings.
That's right. I have a BS and an MS in finance from Webster University, also located here in St. Louis, Missouri. I teach principles of finance at a local college here in St. Louis. My lovely wife, Jade, and I have 4 boys, Devontae, Zion, Zephin, and Zachary. We have one beautiful young lady by the name of Zaire, and a very extremely busy and smart grandson by the name of Carter. Carter is what I call him.
Your wife's name is Jade, too?
Yes.
Oh, what
that
a
is
coincidence.
That is a coincidence.
She must be lovely.
She is awesome. And extremely pretty as well.
Hey.
I am a independent financial advisor. My practice is one of the few full-service African-American owned investment firms in the state of Missouri. As an advisor, my goal is to make an assessment on my client's financial situation, carefully listen to, and help determine what their financial goals may be, and finally assist them in determining what's the best direction to meet those financial goals.
Sweet.
For my business clients, reducing tax liability from both a business and personal perspective typically is one of my first focuses. We also help with the implementation and serving company retirement plans, with consulting with employees regarding their asset allocations and contribution amounts. We also serve clients' insurance needs as well.
Wow, that's a lot. Well, let's dig in. So having a financial advisor is a husband.
Whoa, wait a minute. You have a financial advisor?
Right?
So my wife's name is Jade.
Exactly.
And you have a husband as a financial advisor.
We better be very careful.
This is weird.
They're going to be suspicious. I overhear so much about retirement from him. Are we as a society putting enough emphasis on retirement? Are we stacking enough away?
That's a great question. So from what I've researched, approximately 4 out of 5 millennials are not investing in the market. Out of some of the conversations I've had with individuals within that age bracket, I perceive that some people haven't realized the effort it will take to obtain the quality of life that they are expecting to have during retirement. In this generation, receiving a pension payment for the rest of your life is a dinosaur. To sum it up, you have to live off what you put away and invest. And with the data indicating people are now living longer, this makes developing a strategy as early as possible even more significant.
Okay. Well, I'm a small business owner. What are some of the choices or vehicles I have to choose from to put away for a retirement for the long run?
You are just asking some awesome questions.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, business owners have an array of different investment plans to choose from. Things like SEP IRAs, solo 401ks, traditional IRAs, and then Roth IRAs.
Okay, well, you're going to have to break down each of those types of accounts and how they work.
All right, cool. So let's start off with everyone just picturing a few brokerage accounts lined straight up like soldiers and, well, let's say the general is the IRS. And he's walking past stamping these different names of these accounts on top of their heads. So one soldier's name is Roth, one soldier's name is traditional, one soldier's name is SEP, and the other ones are solo and traditional 401k.
Okay.
These titles represent different tax codes and privileges that the accounts are afforded.
Like from where they come from, where their hometown, where they went to high school.
Yeah.
You know, you can assume, you can make a whole lot of assumptions.
Right.
When you find out whether or not they were on this side or the other side of Delmar.
Right. So these soldiers, just like I compared them to soldiers, these brokerage accounts are still just normal brokerage accounts. They're just normal accounts that you put assets in, and then you decide what you're going to do with those assets, whether you're going to buy mutual funds, whether you're going to buy stocks. So you have the same capabilities within those different accounts. The different accounts just have different tax privileges and allow you to do certain things with them that benefit you now or in the future. So let's take a Roth. A Roth IRA allows you to invest after... Sergeant Roth, exactly.
Okay.
So Sergeant Roth allows you to invest after-tax dollars.
Okay.
With the goal of growing that investment and that retirement income being federally tax-free at the time of withdrawal during retirement.
Great.
So you're not paying taxes on that money throughout your working years.
Okay.
That's a good benefit because you may be earning dividend income. You may be selling different types of investments in that retirement account and you're not paying capital gains tax. So you are benefiting from just having that sit there. And then when it's time to pull out, you're actually not paying any tax as well.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's a tax-free account.
It's a tax shelter.
I like that word.
You just learned that word, tax shelter. Okay. So in 2016, the maximum amount that an investor can contribute to a Roth IRA was $5,500. You should always seek the guidance of a tax advisor when determining exactly how your tax situation is affected by utilizing one of these accounts, and also determining the contribution limits, deduction limits, and et cetera. Mm-hmm. So that's what Sergeant Roth is like.
All right. What about private traditional?
So private traditional is similar to a Roth. But private traditional allows you to deposit money into this account and you are growing it tax deferred. That means that money is actually reducing your current tax liability. Let's just do an example. Say you make $50,000 and you contribute $5,000 for that year. Mm-hmm. Well, your taxable income is now $45,000 for that year. So you're actually deferring that tax until you are retired, till you're over 59 and a half or when you're going to retire.
Uh-oh.
So,
what's the benefit of that?
Well, what your goal is to hope that at the point of retirement is that you're actually having a lower tax liability or you're having a lower tax bracket. Now, that's not always the case. But when you take advantage of these two type of products, well, guess what? You have an opportunity to choose exactly where your income is coming from. Are you pulling money from your tax-free income or are you pulling money from your tax deferred? So if you definitely utilize these type of vehicles, you have some sort of choice at retirement.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. What about First Lieutenant SEP?
Yeah. So SEP IRA is an investment account that allows small business owners the opportunity to contribute a little bit more than $5,500.
Okay, that's me.
That's right. This type of account allows you, the owner, contribute 25% of their income or a maximum of $53,000 annually.
So my income or my company's revenue?
That's going to be your income.
Simply because I'm the boss.
That's right.
Hey. Does the type of corporation, does my corporate filing matter? Whether I'm an LLC, if I'm a C Corp.
Well, you have to determine whether this vehicle is best suited for you.
Whatever I am.
Yeah, because you have to determine. With a SEP IRA, you have to realize that it's advantageous when you're by yourself.
SEP meaning separate?
No.
Oh.
No, SEP IRA stands for Simplified Employee Pension.
Oh, got it.
That's what So,
but then I see what you say, because what if I have employees? So
that's the problem. Yeah, I don't want to say that one is better than the other, because it all depends on what your goal in rewarding your employees, or what your goal is in providing your benefits for your employees. So you have to be mindful that when you have a SEP IRA and you start having employees, you have to contribute to their retirement account the same thing you have to contribute to your own.
Because if you're filing as a business, but you're being taxed on your personal, then everybody else is getting taxed on their personal too. Deferred.
Yeah, but when I say contribute, so basically what you're doing is you, just like we divided all these different retirement accounts up, they have certain contribution requirements and limitations. And you're basically trying to be able to contribute as much as you can to yours if you can afford it. Well, now you have employees, you have contribution requirements as well if you are participating in a program like this. And with the SEP, you contribute $1, you have to contribute $1 to them. So that may not be what you want as an employer.
Which is why.
So you might have to move over to a different type of program, like a 401k, where you are offering to contribute. You set a scale for them, and you are contributing maybe up to 5% of their income, up to 4% of their income. You are matching that contribution.
Depending on my situation, that may be better than if I get like 200 employees.
Right.
And I'm really large.
Right.
And I'm sitting here trying to make that SEP happen.
Yeah. So you have to be conscious of that. So that's why you sit down and just figure out what your situation is and try to figure out what's going to be the best program, for you. And
not me, you, General Captain, sir, who decides which soldiers will be deployed depending on the situation.
Right. We'll decide together.
Okay, that's cool. I'll take that advice. So what about the solo 401k cadet?
So solo 401k, that product probably isn't as old as the rest of the products.
Oh, it's green. It's new.
Right. So with the solo 401k, this is great because it's for for contractors or someone that may own their own business and it's just them working there. So it allows you to treat yourself just as if you were an employee of a big corporation. And with the solo 401k, you have the opportunity to also contribute up to approximately 25% of your income, or up to $53,000. That's for 2016, whichever the lesser of the two. But with the solo 401k, and it all depends on the provider, but with the provider, you may be able to take advantage of a Roth solo 401k or a traditional. So you may be able to go tax deferred, or you may be able to go tax free as far as pulling out retirement. And you can be able to make that decision, and you may be able to do both. It just all depends on what strategy.
As the business owner, or as
the
business
person?
Owner.
As a person who owns their business, but it's just you. The IRS allows you to be treated as both the employer and the employee.
Right.
So as the employee, you are allowed to contribute a maximum of $18,000 per year in a retirement account, such as a 401k. So you as the employee are putting that away. Then you're operating as an employer. And so just let's take you, for example. So RareGem is contributing more assets into your retirement account on the benefit of its employee, Jade Harrell. So you have Jade Harrell, the employee, contributing. Then you have RareGem contributing on the behalf of Jade Harrell.
So ownership does have its privileges.
Right. And you're maximizing that to the limit and to the extent of 25% of the annual compensation, $53,000, whichever the lesser of the two.
And that is with the solo 401k.
That's with the solo 401k, and that's with the SEP IRA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we've got one more soldier in our troop, and that's the traditional 401k. And who is that speaking to? When would we engage that soldier?
Well, that soldier is, and that's funny that we're going down this.
Right, in the middle of a wartime.
In the middle of wartime, right.
Jeez.
Yeah, so with the traditional 401k is something that you put in place when you are looking to contribute not only for yourself, but as well as for your employees, for a large number of employees. So most people that are having W-2 jobs here in St. Louis or wherever, they need to be taking advantage of their traditional 401k because they need to make sure they're utilizing that match. They don't want to leave money on the table. And the company may be providing that for one as a retention benefit. There may be tax advantages that the company can take part of by contributing to their individual employees' retirement. So they're writing off a lot of those contributions. So that benefits them as well. Within the traditional 401k, you want to be mindful. The Roth was such a great product that they're now allowing in many of these traditional 401ks a Roth option. So you want to research that and look within your paperwork to see, can you contribute to, you can actually divide the money up. It'll get an option to say, I want this amount of money to go to my traditional portion of my 401k, and I want this amount of money to go to my Roth portion of my 401k.
So that could be me saying, Christopher Harrell at CKH, go call them people and tell them where to put the money, whether it's in the Roth or the traditional.
That's right. We'll sit down and we'll kind of decide what you can afford. You want to maximize that 401k as much as you can, and we'll decide exactly what percentage is going to go within the traditional and what percentage is going to go inside the Roth. We'll also go over the asset allocations. We'll see exactly what allocation best fits your time horizon and your risk tolerance. We will go over those things together, maybe quarterly, maybe annually, just to see they still are in line with your retirement goals. I would also like to point out CKH Financial understands that the average American's wealth is tied up in retirement plan investments. Although making preparations so that you don't outlive your money is essential to your retirement plan, we also stress the importance of building and protecting wealth above and beyond your retirement income needs in order to transfer wealth to the next generation. Wealth is attained with having a purpose for your money and having a consistent and disciplined investment strategy.
Wow. So I'm investing with my company or wherever I work and I'm employed. So I'm taking advantage of that. And I'm also investing outside of work is what I'm hearing you say. So should everyone consult with an advisor, or can we go about building wealth on our own once you tell us which soldiers to use?
Well,
thank you very much. We'll talk to you next year. Around tax time.
Right. There's tons of information out there for investors to read, but having someone on your team that lives and breathes this information can help you really connect the dots.
That's true, because if you're like my husband, he wakes up talking about this stuff. He's in the bathroom listening to podcasts. He's walking up and down the steps, kissing the kids goodnight, telling them about what stocks have risen and fallen.
That's a great
That's
guy.
Living and breathing it for sure.
That's a great guy.
I think he might have a Wall Street Bull tattooed somewhere.
That's an idea. That's an idea.
Boy. He definitely's got the cufflinks.
You've got to let me meet this guy. So, someone that helps you achieve your financial goals, protect your assets, and help you with the best step forward of being a good steward over your wealth that you've already attained should be a valuable resource that everyone should have access to.
You guys know what's going on out there in the marketplace. What are some of the risks in investing today, considering some of the stuff that's gone on in years past?
Right. Well, of course, no one can foresee the future.
Come on. That forehead.
That we know. Oh, we got jokes.
Crystal ball.
So with that being said, your investments are always subject to market fluctuation and potential financial loss.
Yuck.
One of the biggest risks with investing is not investing. As I mentioned earlier, approximately 4 out of 5 millennials are not investing in the market. Everyone, I'm sure, has their own reason for not investing, but some would think that they haven't got a clear understanding of how drastically different their retirement season will be from their parents and to their grandparents. Those parents and grandparents started fairly early. They were patient and disciplined and also have worked for growing companies that have provided them with hard-to-beat retirement packages, pension payments for the rest of their lives. This generation will learn on retirement day that the quality of your life will be based upon what you saved and invested. It is also imperative that you be prepared for uncertainties as best as possible. Of course, everyone walks on eggshells wondering what will happen to Social Security. Certain periodicals, we also notice that millennials don't have the biggest trust in investment professionals. They don't have enough disposable income. They believe that they have too much debt, i.e. student loans. And even though their reasons may have an intelligent basis, the fact that your current investment decisions have such a direct impact on the quality of life that you'll have in the future, it is imperative that a plan has to be created to maintain your financial stability and prepare you for the future simultaneously.
Now, you mentioned that your team services life insurance needs as well.
Yes, we do. We are a full-service investment firm and can assist with most domestic financial products.
Well, insurance can seem so complex. Which type of insurance do you recommend?
Well, I can't give you any blanket recommendation. Every product has its own purpose and has its own function. For example, some of the basic types of policies out there are term, whole life, universal, variable universal life policies. Term insurance is just what it is. It covers a certain amount for a certain period of time. Whole life provides insurance and it also builds cash value, in which can be withdrawn or borrowed from this policy. You also have universal and variable universal life. The cash value in these policies are more exposed to market volatility, especially in the variable universal life policy. I try to simplify as best possible for my clients on how insurance actually works.
Thank you for enlightening us about the areas of investing that are key for us. I'm glad that you were able to spend some time with me, and I expect that we're going to have to spend a little more time with you, hearing from you in the future. Is there anything else you want to leave for our listeners?
Well, as always, it's been a pleasure for me to be interviewed by the one and only Jade Harrell.
That's it.
And to the listening audience, for those of you who are thinking about building wealth, the best time to start is now. Remember to always equate your money with a tool and to put purpose to every dime you make. If you're looking for someone or appreciate someone you can trust with your financial future, give me a call. My number is 314-477-1482, and let CKH Financial service your financial needs.
I most certainly do, and I will. Christopher K. Harrell of CKH Financial. The opinions voiced are for general information only. They are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual and do not constitute an endorsement by NPC, CKH Financial, RareGem Productions, or this distributing content broadcast platform provider. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your financial professional. Please remember that investment decisions should be based on an individual's goals, time horizon, and tolerance for risk. This presentation is for informational purposes only and does not constitute an offer to sell or a solicitation to buy any security. All opinions reflect those of the author, Christopher Harrell, and not of NPC. To qualify for the tax-free, penalty-free withdrawal of earnings, a Roth IRA must be in place for at least 5 tax years, and the distribution must take place after 59.5 years, or due to death, disability, or a first-time home purchase, up to $10,000 lifetime maximum. Before taking any specific action, be sure to consult with your tax professional. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining value.
Let's Get It Together is made possible by the grace, mercy, and provision of our God each day. Try Him, trust Him, and learn more in the Bible each day. Make Let's Get It Together your access to information, education, and opportunity. Subscribe to the podcast. Find information about our guests. News, notes, and video are ready for you at lgi2.com. That's lgi2.com.
This week, get a fresh new outlook. Let's get it together. Be inspired, informed, encouraged, and entertained. Let's get it together. In the classroom each day at 10 a.m. Information, access, and opportunity. Let's get it together.
Special thanks to Selena J., Anthony Wise, Robin Boyce, Al McDonald, the RareGem family, Harrell, Clear Channel Radio, and Christopher Harrell.
Support for Let's Get It Together comes from the Kwame Building Group, delivering total value through pure construction and program management services.
From RareGem Productions, this is Let's Get It Together.